Hello and welcome back to another week here at Knack Kitchen, where today we are making an orange semolina and almond cake. This cake is gluten-free, it's eggless, and it's absolutely delicious. So without wasting any more time, let's just dive into this video and see how we make this. So the first thing that we're gonna do is soak our semolina in the orange juice. So I'm gonna add all of the orange juice into this and mix this all together with a spatula. You can do this with a spoon, and then we're gonna set this aside for about 30 minutes. At the least, you should at least let this sit for about 10 minutes. The semolina is gonna soak up the orange juice, and that's what is gonna give this cake a beautiful flavor. In the meanwhile, we're going to work on the dry ingredients, which is just some ground almonds or almond flour. And to that, I've added some baking powder and baking soda, and we're going to mix this all together and then work on our wet ingredients. So for our wet ingredients, I have some soft salted butter here. You can definitely use unsalted butter if you can get that. It's just easier for me to find salted butter. And we're just going to whisk this for about 25-30 seconds to loosen it up a little before we add the sugar. I'm using regular granulated sugar. I've just pulsed this in a grinder. It's just easier to incorporate that way. And since I'm using a handheld whisk, it's just much easier when your sugar is already finer. So within a minute or so, our butter and sugar is creamed. And at that stage, we're going to go ahead and add some yogurt and a little bit of orange zest, which is optional, a little bit of orange extract, which is also optional, and a little bit of vanilla extract, which is not optional, because I would definitely recommend adding that, particularly if you don't have the orange extract. It gives a nice flavor, so don't skip that. And now we're just going to whisk this together for about another 35-40 seconds. It really does not take much longer than that. And once that has been combined, we are going to go ahead and add our soaked semolina. As you can see, it has soaked up all of the orange juice. It's this beautiful texture. It's very tough to explain, but as you can see, it just looks beautiful. And now I've just added this and whisked that through as well until it's combined. So another 30 seconds, not longer. And finally, we're going to go ahead and add the dry ingredients, which is the almond flour and the leavening agents. I'm adding that in 2 stages, and we're just going to fold this in. Although since it's a gluten-free cake, you can actually be very vigorous with this, but I've just gotten so used to folding the dry ingredients, I'm doing it here as well. But you don't need to fold it, you can just mix it whatever which way you want. And once everything has been mixed in, our cake batter is ready. It's just that simple. So I've gone ahead and transferred this to a 9-inch cake pan. This batter makes enough even for an 8-inch pan, but you'll have a little extra batter if your cake pan is not tall enough. So you could even make tinier muffins if you want. So I've gone ahead, spread out the batter. I'm going to tap it on the countertop just to even it out. And finally, I'm adding a little bit of sliced almonds on the top. It just gives a beautiful presentation to the cake. Again, this is also optional. You don't need to add it if you don't have it. So we're going to bake this in a preheated oven. The details are in the description box below, and our cake is out and looks glorious. We'll let this cool down and our cake is ready to be served. So here you have my super amazing and absolutely delicious orange semolina and almond cake. It is a mouthful to say, but it's a mouthful of deliciousness. It's so good. It's gluten-free and eggless, but you'll never be able to tell. The cake is so moist and so tender. I just can't stop raving about it. I really hope you give this cake a try, because not only is it easy, it is so worth the effort and just all around delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece for myself. Can't wait to dig in, and at the same time show you just how moist that crumb is. You can see it in this video itself, just how soft the crumb is. It's not dense whatsoever, and it's moist and not a dry cake at all. I really hope you give this recipe a try. If you like this video, then please do give a like, do share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you next week.